So it says. Still working today?
No. I don't know if anybody's tuned in, but hey, y'all.
Hi, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I told you I love this song. Little cuss word. You got it on your page? Mm-hmm. Okay. Ooh. Well, I'm about to hit finish. I'm good. It's been a long day.
Already.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone tuning in this morning. We're back with another episode of the Miseducation of Senae and Ashley. We have a lot of good things to go over today and a lot of things that need to be addressed as well. So we're going to get down to it. You want to talk about the coach drive?
Yeah, we can start that off real quick. So I don't know if you guys have been seeing that we've been sharing on our personal pages and on the fan page that we are doing like a clothes and coat drive for the Arlington Life Shelter. So if you guys have any old clothes, you have infant clothes, kid clothes, adult clothes, men or women, please feel free to reach out to me and Ashley so we can come get those from you guys. We plan on going to the life shelter to donate those next week.
Right.
Also, they are in need for a lot of hygiene products, soaps, detergents, bottled water, stuff like that.
That's true.
So if you guys want to donate, like I said, any of those things as well, reach out to us so we can take that up there on the 18th. That is next Sunday. So we'll probably really take it up there next Monday. But just reach out.
Yes, please reach out because we're trying to give back. We're trying to give back to the community. You know, we all are pretty much have what we need. So there are people out there who do not have what they need. So it's important that we all get back and do what's important on our end. Because we all can talk a big game, but it's all about that action, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So we want to get right into it.
So
those who are new watching this, I think we got some new people watching this today. We generally go over our flunkies for the week first. Those are the people that did the absolute most throughout the week, and they need to be addressed. And then we have our graduates, who are those that we want to praise and that have not got much media coverage, and they're out here doing good things. And then we roll into our sports and pop culture, and then at the end we have an open discussion. So bear with us, and we're going to get right to it. So our first flunky today is
none other than
45, Donald Trump.
He has made the list. We've been doing this like 2 months.
Every week we do this, and he's on the list. Donald Trump again. Again, Trump. And you notice after the midterms, it was like he kind of got like it's like he has an attitude about himself. Like he's so upset with the media kicking folks out. So they've always had this little verbal. Well, Jim Acosta. It's in reference to Jim Acosta, and he's a CNN journalist, and he's just doing his job, which is to probe and ask questions about what is going on in our nation, right? Or in the world. The White House and Trump actually banned Jim Acosta after Trump called him rude and terrible in the press conference.
He didn't even.
All he did was ask a question. All he did was ask a question. Like, I don't understand. If you can't ask a question.
If you can't answer the question, you shouldn't have a temper tantrum.
Then the reasoning was they said that he put his hands on a young woman just trying to do her job as a White House intern.
I actually seen, I don't know if that was TMZ or what media outlet it was, they said that they actually slowed down that video and that didn't look like how it was supposed to. And Trump came out and said that it hadn't been tampered with, but...
Some people are saying that the video is like doctored.
Yeah.
And I happen to think, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's doctored, but like the video that the White House put out, they didn't put out the video where you got the full scope of things, where you can see his whole body and you can see her whole body. They put out like a zoomed in, like something like that. But your first instinct, if somebody's coming to grab me and I don't know who you are.
If that's anybody, you get defensive and you like, hold on. That's how I feel like it looked like.
Hold on now. Hold on.
Calm your horses.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. You're not finna grab me in any type of way. And then the thing is, if she's a White House intern, let's take it back. She looked like she was very young, very frail. If you're asking somebody to remove themselves from a press conference, don't you think you would send like maybe someone who looks like security, not a young lady? Like, what was she doing? And then she just acted like her whole life was over once he wouldn't step off of her.
I'm over them. I'm over him every week. It's just getting out of control.
It is, and he just has this. He's been bad from the beginning, but since those midterms. He's been on a tear. He's been attacking African American reporters as well.
Yeah,
calling them racist. Their questions are racist. You're racist, sir.
He's childish, bro. Like, I can't even take this.
You're racist. You're racist.
I'm tired of talking about
him. But the thing is, the reporters, in my opinion, they're doing their job, but they're also acting as if they don't have any power. I mean, you could just not show up. Or you could just send all your African American reporters up there and then see how he like that. There's always an alternative. I mean, y'all keep asking him the questions. He's not answering it. He's deflecting.
Which is normal for him. So, I'm tired of talking about Trump. Yes. I really hope one day we can go through this and not have him on here because he just shut up.
Every week we've had him on here. Mm-hmm. Every single week. It's getting exhausting. So next you are expelled, Trump. You're done. Who we have?
Oh boy. Law enforcement.
Oh my God.
What is his name?
His name Jacob Waltermeyer. 28-year-old Jacob Waltermeyer is also a flunky this week. He's from Columbus, Indiana.
The epitome of I can't even talk.
Okay, so
white
the epitome of white privilege, and this guy was on his way to work. I'm guessing he was running late, or he could have been late. He pulls up behind the police officers and starts flailing his arms. You know, like when you get your road, y'all may not have road rage, but when you get a little angry, you start flailing your arms and honking and stuff like that. He actually did this behind a police car, then sped around him and started speeding.
And went to work.
The police car jumped behind them, turned on the sirens. And what do we do when they turn on the sirens?
We usually pull over.
You pull over.
He went to work.
He drove all the way to work with no repercussions.
It said that they slowed down his commute.
Went in, clocked in, and everything.
And he's still alive.
He's still alive.
Not injured.
And I mean, they did arrest him. Like I said, they caught a felony instead of a bullet.
If he gets that. That just shows you white privilege.
White privilege again. Because
do you know black
folks getting shot up just sitting in the car.
Bruh, do you know
not even driving.
I had to pull over as much as I do get pulled over. Do you know how fast I have to get over before they called 7
back
cars?
up? So first of all, they should have called backup. Hey y'all, they just they should have called backup, because if somebody is having road rage with a law enforcement officer, then what you gonna think something going on inside the car? They may have something. They may have a gun. They may try and kill me. Whatever.
I guess but that's not what they think when they see
white men.
Yeah, Caucasian. Because
this couldn't have happened with anybody of any type of melanin.
No, not at all, bro. As much as I get pulled over, do you know if I go any further than when they turn their lights on, what's gonna happen?
That's what
and
I'm
they
saying.
already
You
have 5 or 6 cop cars when they pull me over.
The only way I'm not getting over automatically is if it's dangerous for me,
right.
Like just to pull over right there. Yeah. I even think about the cop too. It may be a little dangerous just to pull over right here and ask him to get out and do all that.
See, I need to probably be
I may drive up and get off the highway.
I try to go in lighted areas now.
Definitely lighted areas.
Where people, and maybe busy areas so people can see just in case.
Definitely.
Because you just never know.
You never know. And, this, like we said, this is another example of life not being black.
Right. Young Jacob made it to work on time.
He made it to work. He didn't catch no bullets.
No, nothing.
He just got arrested. That's it. So he's a flunky, and law enforcement is a flunky as well.
Flunkies as well.
Because that just proves that they don't understand how to handle minorities. Exactly. If you can handle a situation like this, you can handle a basic traffic stop.
Exactly.
Just saying. So that's that. Our next flunky for this week. Oh my God. So everybody's aware of the tragic shooting of the Thousand Oaks bar in California this past week. And the person who shot up the bar, his name is Ian David Long. Take a good look at this terrorist, a white, Caucasian, American terrorist. Take a good look at him, because that's what a terrorist looks like right there. And I don't want to hear nothing about no PTSD. No, he's a veteran. He had to move in with his mom.
Did you hear what Trump said? He's very sick.
I don't want to hear that.
Why are they sick? But when it's a person of color. Yeah, I was gonna say Tamara Murray's niece was killed in that.
I saw that. That was very sad. And then just to see the parents of the people who were killed interview with the media was gut-wrenching.
Yeah.
That was hard to watch.
She said, I don't want prayers, I want
gun control. I don't want prayers, I want gun control. So he killed 12 people, including an officer.
And then I think he killed himself. Excuse me, no he didn't. That's somebody else, never mind.
No, that's somebody else.
So there's been, if I'm not mistaken, they said there's been 307 mass shootings in 311 days.
So almost a mass shooting every day.
A day, yes.
On Donald Trump's watch.
There's been mass shootings left and right. Did you see the guy that was at the Vegas shooting that actually survived?
Yes, I did.
Like, bro, how did you happen? That happened twice.
Yeah, and then one of them didn't survive.
Good morning.
Good morning. But yeah, one of them didn't even survive. You know what I mean? That actually survived the Las Vegas mass shooting, and then you're out and about trying to have a good time, and
somewhere totally different,
a total different area code, and I mean, it's sad, and it's one of the reasons why I don't really go anywhere. Like I travel, but you gonna rarely see me like in a club at nighttime or a bar at nighttime.
I mean, it's nowhere to be safe these days.
No, at all. Stay at home.
And his reasoning,
you might not be safe at home. The way the cop kicking down doors and killing you.
Going to the wrong apartment. So
I don't know. Ian, David Long, we understand that you were in the military, and they say you have PTSD, and it was a shame that you had to move in with your mom, and they say that that they need to look into better assistance for veterans, but that's not what this is about. What this is about is a white American Caucasian
terrorist, a domestic terrorist. That's domestic
what it's
terrorism.
About,
and he should be charged.
That's what it's about, and he's dead now. But he took 12 innocent people with him. That's the problem.
Yeah, child. Next one.
I'm sick of them.
Bryant, Kemp, and voter suppression in Georgia.
We all know that voter suppression is rampant, not just in Georgia, but everywhere, especially in minority and urban communities. I know y'all seen the statistics that, Hispanics and blacks have to wait almost twice as longer than a Caucasian or white voter just to vote. That's a form of suppression in itself. And then the fact that they did not have a lot of voting machines at the polls was another issue. People discovered 700 wrapped voting machines in a warehouse after the election.
And Bryant Kemp has now resigned as the Secretary of State with the race still pending, undecided.
He resigned, and I feel like he resigned like he felt like he's gonna win.
That's how I felt.
I got it in the bag, so I just resigned. After the damage has already been done, and then all these people who did mail-in ballots are getting returned to sender on their mail-in ballots when it's an automatic.
This stuff is just getting out of control. I'm glad that they're recounting Florida too.
That part too, and it just tears me apart that this guy DeSantis is beating Gillum because of his association with white supremacy and neo-Nazis. That doesn't matter.
I'm telling you, these last couple of years, we've just really seen what people's true colors are, they really feel. Trump brought that out. He really did, voicing certain things that he's supported,
and they feel comfortable.
Yeah,
they feel comfortable.
So
get the right one, though. Get the right one.
Because we are not our ancestors.
Because we're not finna do that. And just so y'all get the scope of how voter suppression is actually, causing Stacey Abrams to lose right now. In Cobb County alone, there are 25,000 to 26,000 votes that were submitted early by mail. So 26,000 people for one county.
DeKalb County, that's Atlanta. For
exactly.
y'all that don't know, that's Atlanta.
Exactly.
Urban territory. Where she probably was killing the game.
No, I think she about 20,000 votes down.
I mean, because some of these, like them in the Georgia race and that Florida race, I mean,
very
it was
close.
neck and neck. I mean, even Beto and Ted Cruz was really close, honestly.
Nobody pushed a Republican like that in Texas before. And I'm going to have to call white women out on this one.
Y'all flunkies.
Y'all some flunkies. Y'all are flunkies, and y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. And it's not because y'all aren't. And I can't just sit here and call myself a Democrat, but I do vote for what is right.
Right.
I do
right
do
and
that.
wrong is wrong.
I do that. And when it has something to deal with me as a woman, and I know the man clearly has no care or no agenda to help women, I'm not voting for him. I'll vote for whoever else.
Uneducated. I'm just, whatever. They uneducated.
Yeah. But
so, I mean, I believe it's just been a lot of stuff. Yeah, you have to resign.
I'm not.
I'm sick of it. I'm
not. And then those robocalls and all that.
Yeah, the robocalls in Georgia from
in
Oprah,
Florida. And you still vote for this guy?
In 2018.
That's sick. That's sick, y'all.
I haven't had no conversation this with anyone. Just because, that's one thing they tell you, don't speak with other people. It's hard to talk about politics and religion. You know what I'm saying? Because, people, I mean, bro, you can't tell me that you that far gone that you don't see.
You don't see it for what it
is. You don't care enough about your fellow person.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's like a slap in the face to me.
It's funny because I don't know, Republican. Nobody's going to sit here and tell me that they're a Republican because they're going to assume that I'm already Democrat because I'm black, right? Okay. I vote for what's right and what I feel is right for the country. And I know
in my area,
local government, all that.
Because that affects us more.
Exactly. And I feel like and I don't know this to be true, I feel like the Republicans just go in there and straight ticket it. I really do. I feel like they vote party over morality.
Yeah.
And that blows my mind. That blows my mind right there. But
I hope Stacey Abrams goes ahead and pulls through with Georgia. Like I said, Georgia and Florida is still up in the air right now. So
yep. So we'll keep an eye on that, and hopefully, it's still a lot of votes in between the two, but there may be, a recount.
Yeah, Florida, because I think didn't he pretty much
he got it within
but
some percentile.
He pretty much had I think they did that recount on their own. I don't even think he asked for it, honestly.
I don't think he asked for it, and he didn't unconcede until he started seeing the votes minimized and the lead minimized, and that's my thing. I'm not conceding, and if I ever run for office, I'm not conceding to all those votes. Y'all count up all them votes. Machine, hand, whatever you got to do. Count up all them votes. Then tell me I lost.
And then
you tell me I lost. Then I'll go give my concession speech. I'm not conceding just because it's election night. Y'all not done counting the votes.
Right.
No, you got me messed up.
It's just,
if it take 2 months, I could do my concession speech in 2 months when we got the raw numbers, the raw analytics. So
this voting stuff has just been, it's been a lot.
It's been a lot, yeah.
Speaking of voting, Judge Lila Guzman?
Election Judge Lila Guzman in Texas, again. She just recently resigned because she's caught on video yelling at a African-American woman, telling her to get out of the voting poll station because she was asking a question. First of all, you taking your job too far.
But you can't vote while black. You can't drive while black. You can't live in your apartment while black. You can't run.
The only thing you can do while black is be silent
and live. Black and die. That's about it. I mean, at this point,
just be black and accept what we do, what they think they do for us, and be silent. But guess what?
That's crazy.
No more. no more. So this Texas election supervisor, Lila Guzman, and you could tell she yelling at her right there. You can tell. And that couldn't have been me.
I would have got arrested.
Yeah, so, of course, Ms. Guzman is white, and she's screaming at a unidentified black woman, telling her to leave the polling place because she's asking questions. And she basically said, get out, you're rude, and you're not following the law.
And from what it looks like, the unidentified woman actually had an accent, so that implies that she wasn't probably from here. And she was trying to get clarity on how it worked, and
which is why they're there. This is kind of like encouraging me to maybe volunteer to be at a poll next go round.
I feel like maybe that would be awesome, because when I went to LZ, I ain't gonna lie to you, the lady that gave me, I felt like they were kind of rude too.
They were rude.
To me, it was kind of like
the black lady.
Yes,
like
girl,
they were rude.
Yeah, they was
like not being informative, just wanting to be in charge or something.
Yes,
no,
because I felt
need
the same
people
way
in there that's gonna be informative and that
be willing to
the
be
voting
helpful.
thing. I was thinking about the voting machine itself. It's not user friendly.
No, it's not. It's not at all.
user-friendly.
Because I'm scrolling, looking like, so I have to rotate this.
It's not user friendly.
Go through.
Voting should be user friendly.
It
shouldn't be a little.
We're in
little
2018.
scroll. It should
Exactly.
be a touch
It
screen.
should be a touch screen.
You touch who you want, and then
keep it.
Review it, and then submit your poll.
I felt like she was like, I thought it was just me. I didn't say anything. That's crazy because I didn't say anything. But I felt like she was. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, bitch.
She kept saying, get off your phone, or whatever. That's what she kept saying, and nobody had their phone out.
But nobody. What is a phone gonna do when I already know? Like,
I already know who I'm gonna vote for.
Like, I already know. Like, I've already looked for my county. Like, I already know what I'm doing. So, what is a phone? This ain't this isn't a tax test, a STAR test.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's it for that voting stuff.
I hope that's the rest. Yeah, that's all the voting stuff we had on the flunky list. Cause the last couple weeks with that has just been so over the top. It really has. It really has. Girl, Motel 6. Our next flunky, Motel 6.
Motel 6. I ain't never been to. I mean, maybe
in Motel 6. Is that the one that they have?
Is that the outdoor doors? Motel 6.
I don't know. Like Motel 6 and Motel like 8 or something.
Yeah, but Motel 6.
They do need to upgrade the system.
Is a flunky this week. Let me tell you about they messy asses. They are messy. They're messy. So Motel 6 just settled a $7 million lawsuit because their company was sharing Latino sounding names to ICE. Trying to get them deported.
Motel 6 will leave the light on for you.
Yeah, you leave the light on, all right, but you might not go home. Really?
Like that's
Latino
crazy.
sounding names.
So they were going by the last names. I mean, some of the first names too, but I'm pretty sure, looking at the last name.
Just because somebody's name is doesn't mean they're illegal. Doesn't mean that. That's the thing.
Invasion of privacy.
Invasion of privacy. We've been preaching. Both of us. We've been preaching to mind your business. Mind your business. Why are you as a company infiltrating personal business and providing that to ICE?
And it had people deported. Let's be completely honest. It had to be in this area. It had to be in
Southern Texas or something like that.
Like that's where we have a lot of immigration stuff going on.
Right?
But why are you? Just because the name, and then child, they gonna have to see me.
So
they would have to see me. Point blank.
My thing is, how do you know? I mean, some people just have names. I know a black guy named
Carlos.
Jesus.
I was like, girl, we name our kids anything. I know some Carlos is some. Hey, like you said, Jesus.
Man,
I know people who are biracial.
Ramos.
With the last name,
Ramos Marybell on.
With the last name. Like Guzman, Rodriguez,
Hernandez.
I'm just saying,
yes,
and they're biracial.
Exactly. So I cannot believe and then that just tells you a lot about the company itself. There should be some type of business practices,
just like they do with
this goes against.
Yeah, just like they do with like psychiatrists and
exactly,
psychologists.
Exactly.
You know, like
you cannot whatever information they provide to you. You don't know if those people are that Motel 6 for that night or however long they're staying there is their safe haven. You know what I mean? That may be the only place they have to stay, and you out here providing their information to ICE, and we all know how ICE move. They don't even look into they don't even look into facts. They just move in and
then they ask questions later.
So
yeah, y'all some flunkies.
Motel 6, you're done. You're done. All them bed bugs anyway.
I know, because I feel like that place is okay. I'm not even gonna go there. Next, we're gonna. Well,
they have.
I'm not gonna do it.
They're gonna be like, y'all so bougie.
Because we the Hampton Suites.
We don't do
stuff
that.
Like
we
that.
do
Yeah.
Hilton.
Yeah.
We don't
double trees.
We don't do outdoor doors. Okay.
Double trees and stuff. Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. Like, I'm not gonna go there.
We're not doing that. Airbnb, please.
Right. Motel 6, y'all, baby.
Motel 6. And if anybody ever asks me like where to stay or something like that, I'll never say Motel 6 again. Ever.
He said catch something.
Exactly.
No, like seriously.
But these people, they may, like we said, this may be their safe haven. This may be the only place they can afford, the only place they have to go. And just to turn around and have the people working for Motel 6 provide your Latino sounding name to ICE, that you let them down. You let them down. You let them down. And everybody preaches about being patriotic and American. Well, to me, that's not the American way there. That's not
unless the American way, which it looks like it has changed. So.
Oh, I forgot about Rebel.
The next
flunky. Oh my God, Rebel Wilson. This is Rebel Wilson.
If you guys don't know her.
Oh, it got like a glare on it.
Oh, yeah,
they can't see.
Yeah, it's because of our
Hold on.
It's because of our light. It's too hard to see her. She ain't missing much. If you've ever watched Pitch Perfect, that's pretty much what I know her from.
Plus size, yeah. She's the plus size comedian that plays in Pitch Perfect.
She's probably been some other stuff.
She has an accent.
Yeah. She said something real crazy. Was that last year? She wore that police outfit. But anyway, that's not why she's on here.
Rebel is a flunky. She says she's the first plus size woman to star in a romantic comedy. Okay, ma'am. Do black women not count?
Queen
Latifah, Monique.
And what really makes her a flunky is not just that she made the statement. We're not even going to say that.
It's not just a statement.
How she reacted. People try to educate her about Queen Latifah, Monique, which are black women, black plus size women who have starred in romantic comedies. When people tried to, Black Twitter, we'll say that. When Black Twitter tried to educate her, she was blocking people. She was going down. Block. You get a block. You get a block. You get a block, honey. She was blocking everybody.
She even blocked some white people that were trying to educate her. They were
only people she responded. She
only responded to white people.
Yeah,
too.
She only responded to white people. But yeah, she issued an apology afterwards. I know Monique said something to her.
Monique said something to her along the lines of just don't minimize romantic comedies just to white women, because black women are doing it too. So let's not minimize the whole scope of it all.
And she did respond to Monique. I did see that.
She did respond, and the thing is, it seemed like her publicist jumped in and
tried to do
went
damage
in
control.
and said that she felt like she was being attacked. That's why she responded the way she did, but she was wrong. And then she went back to unblock the people. So that's
you know what they say. When if the heat is too hot in the kitchen, you gotta get out of there.
Gotta get out the kitchen.
Like you don't have to block. Like, I guess that's what got me. Why is you blocking them? Why are you blocking them? Just take in what they're saying. Even if you don't believe, if you don't agree with it, if you don't necessarily believe in it, some stuff with that, when you're at that level, you just have to let some stuff just roll off of you.
Yeah. And
you don't have to respond, just ignore it. Like, that just shows you, that does take me to where, like, like celebrities are human, you know.
They are human, yes.
So
yes,
they
yes.
do take a lot of that stuff. You know, sometimes we do tend to forget that. Not necessarily us, but like people in general tend to forget that even though these celebrity figures are famous, money,
They're
all
on
this
pedestal,
stuff. Yeah, you know, they're still humans and they still react and interact on social media. Like they see that stuff and they have normal human reactions. I just think at that point you just roll. If you don't agree with what they talking about, you just let it roll off, bro.
Yeah, and see,
let it go.
Don't
even give a response. If you really don't believe, because to me that's what it kind of felt like. Like she really was kind of like dismiss. Like, I'm not really listening to what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm living my best life.
Like, you
I
don't
just
know what you're
told
talking about. So I don't know.
I've never liked Rebel like that. I mean, Pitch Perfect annoyed me. I watched that movie so much in college. We used to watch that on the bus rides.
I like Pitch Perfect. I just feel like Rebel. Movie. I feel like Rebel can only play one role because she is, you know how funny
to be
plus
honest,
size woman.
What it is. Like,
you can only play that one role, so tread lightly before somebody really hurts your feelings.
I'm sorry, I watched that. We watched that movie so much in college. I didn't see Pitch Perfect 2 or the last whatever the movie, the other ones after that.
They weren't good.
I knew I was done with that whole genre of movies when one of my teammates, you know, on the first one, they were doing No Diggity by Blackstreet.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't know that Blackstreet did the song. They thought that Pitch Perfect made the song. That's when I knew that this movie did too much for me, and I couldn't watch it again.
I can't stand people like that.
I was done. Rebel, you're flunky.
You're flunky. F for Rebel, and she needs to get some urban interaction training. Our next flunkies are the white Instagram models who are posing as black. And this hashtag blackfishing.
This is one. It's just hard this week. Yeah, it's the light. So when you guys get time, if you care to go check it out, her name, in particular, Emma Hallberg. I think she's Swedish, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and she's Swedish, and basically
one of many.
There's many Instagram famous models. I'll say that loosely.
Right.
And they are they're manipulating their hair with
skin tone, everything.
With extensions and their skin tone. They are playing with bronzers.
Oh, look at her.
She's making herself black.
She looks mixed. She definitely does.
But I bet if she was getting racially profiled, she'll wipe this shit off real fast.
Like right there.
Yeah, right there, yeah. And she has a lip filler, too.
Yeah, and it's multiple that's actually got called out. She was just probably the biggest name that they had when I tagged you in it earlier this week. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to be black till it's time to be black.
Till it's time to be black.
So
you want to look black, and that's that. And I've seen the others. I've seen, like, some really, really pro-black people that I follow, and they were saying, what's the difference? Because black women always try and make their face lighter with makeup and always try to wear their hair straight.
We have the option to wear, you know what, anyway, that's another discussion.
It really is, because it took everything in me not to go in. Because to me, that's not the same thing.
Exactly.
It's not the same thing.
At all. Sorry. But, you know, people try to... this era, it irritates me. The last flunky we have this week...
Second to last.
Oh, second to last, yes. I'm so sorry. Second to last, we have Crosswalk Kathy. Y'all know every week we find somebody that's calling the police on innocent black people just being black in everyday life. Just doing normal things. So this particular black person...
She didn't like the way he parked.
So she parking while black.
While black, and then she says you can't block the crosswalk. You can't block the crosswalk. I'm calling the cops.
You know what's crazy? That brings back a story. So a couple years ago when I went to my homecoming, me and some of my friends, you know, it's only a handful of us back down there. We were going to a game. the football game, and we stopped at a light, and we actually, when we stopped, you know, in the city, you're not mindful really. When you're pulling up to a red light, you do park in the crosswalk. That's just what you do in the city. I guess the country's a tad bit different. And we had this white man knock on the window. Yes, girl. Cassie she was in the car with us. He was like, y'all are parked in the crosswalk. Like, y'all are stopped in the crosswalk.
Okay.
Well, so we can't back up because there's people behind us. So either you can walk around the car.
Exactly.
Or you can, I mean, there's really nothing else we could do for you. Do you know he sat there till the light turned green in front of our window? So we all looking at him, and he looking at us, and we're like, baby, like, if you don't move, Terrio.
This false sense of entitlement. First of all, don't knock on my window.
Girl, you should have seen us. We was looking like...
Do not knock on somebody else's window because you got the right one today.
We was all and we're all from the city.
Exactly.
She was from we had one from San Antonio, two from Austin, me from Dallas. So we're from the city. We went to school here, but we still, you know, I mean, even yet and still, we're at a red light. Okay, we pulled up a little bit too far. Just walk around the car and call it a day.
Right. People be trying to... They be trying to police the situation, and you're not law enforcement, sir. So, you want me to give you something to call the cops about, or do you want to walk around the car?
We sat there and we looked at them. Then when the light turned green, we sat and looked at him again. Are you gonna walk off? I think we actually pulled off before he left the middle of the street, because I was like, you know what? Well, the lady that was driving, she was just like, it's not worth it. And that's why I be talking about, we just let stuff go because we know how the outcome comes because of how we look.
Yeah, but
it's crazy. And crosswalk Kathy, girl, who cares? Why are you being nosy? Mind your business.
And then these 911 operators.
There's some stuff you just have to, like, I'm not even finna call a cop. Like, I wonder, or do they have to, if someone calls in, you automatically,
this is something that should have been filtered away.
Right. I wonder if that's how it works.
Some things that people call the cops for, I don't know this as a fact, but they should be able to at least filter some of those calls. Somebody's parked illegally. Somebody's parked illegally. I'm not doing that.
Exactly.
Hi, Duke. Hi, Duke. How you doing?
You're definitely the my dog feel.
He's so cute.
Yeah.
But there's some things like don't send a cop out for it.
There's a lot of stuff. Yeah, don't send no cop. Like there's just.
Don't send the cop out for it. And
it should be some type
when the cops
fine.
show up, that's creating more tension.
Exactly. I really feel like stuff like this, there should be some type of fine, jail time, something, because we're seeing it too often. You're wasting everybody's time. Point blank, period.
Pretty much. And so crosswalk Kathy, you're a flunky. She also needs culture diversity training. And Girl, don't call cops on people parked illegally.
Who cares?
Who cares? Who cares? Don't you have something else to do? Like walk down the street? Go do something else? Like stop worrying about stuff that has nothing to do with you.
Last flunky.
But our last flunky is the hospital worker. Did they release his name?
The one at the polls?
The one at the polls.
They had the new.
He had on a T-shirt with a rebel flag and a noose hanging from it in Mississippi.
It was in Mississippi.
While he was voting, and he was fired from the hospital. And turns out he's a former cop. Does that surprise anybody? That doesn't surprise me. It seems like
in Mississippi, that's like the South. Like for people. My family is from Mississippi, both sides of my family. When I say all my family, they migrated up north during the civil rights movement kind of thing. So all my family's from down south. Mississippi is like, like you say South, that's it. I mean,
that's
like
the
you said,
South.
I mean, everything like that kind of stuff is absolutely normal.
Then they're infiltrating the law enforcement and police. The police jobs, and just doing what they want to do to people of color.
And it's always been like that down there, unfortunately.
That's a problem.
It's always been like
that's
that.
That's a problem. So that's our last flunky, because he felt that he could wear that to the polls and express himself. But I know in certain polls they made people cover up Beto shirts. But you can wear a shirt with a noose and a rebel flag on it. I'm confused. Ooh, that was our last flunky for this week, y'all. Thank God.
So we can now roll into our
graduates. Okay.
Which we have a couple this week, which is
good.
We have quite a few. Yes. We have quite a few graduates.
Yes,
this week is a very even playing field with our graduates.
Thank goodness.
So,
our first graduate
this
is the
3 states.
Hold on. Oh, I didn't give you the. I just wanted to shout out the newly elected Dallas DA. Has been very vocal in saying the appropriate charge for Amber Geiger is murder, and they will pursue that once they get the facts in front of them, and once they actually take on the job.
We need to make Dallas County some graduates this week, because y'all went in and y'all showed out. We're in Tarrant County. You know how that went. But Dallas County, y'all went and made some stuff shake.
Yeah, Faith Johnson is out. Bye-bye.
And, I mean, look what's going. Like, I'm proud of y'all.
I mean, how hard is it to look at the case and say that this woman murdered both of John?
She was off duty. Like, it keeps going back to she was off duty. She was off duty.
You were off duty.
You're not a cop.
You're not a cop. You went in the wrong...
Exactly, about time.
Exactly. You went in the wrong apartment and you shot an innocent black man.
So
shout out to the new Dallas DA who is holding it down. And saying that
holding it down. Oh Lord. It's just been one of those days. Yes, justice. True. So we'll just
so we
stay
keep
on
an
top
eye on
of
it because I'm pretty sure once they actually get in their seat, they'll be able to make some things shake.
Yeah. And we'll keep you guys informed of where.
Exactly. The next graduates for this week are Michigan, Missouri, and Utah.
Because Michigan, I just had to say Michigan, y'all been tripping with these funeral homes.
For
y'all
homes,
to get on the other side of the list,
this may make them think more clearly when they're not disposing of the bodies the way they're supposed to. But Michigan, Missouri, and Utah, actually, within their midterms, they legalized marijuana for recreational or medical use. So,
they trying to get that money.
They trying to get the money because if you look at Colorado, if you look at Canada, they run out every week. And
they breaking bread and the crime rate is down.
Booming.
Everybody's chilling.
Business is booming.
If you trying to make that money, you might want to hop on board.
You should, and there are people legitimately out here who are on a ton of medication that could actually use marijuana for medical use.
Yeah,
and it could help them a lot better than the medications that they're taking that's actually causing other things to fail within their body. So
exactly.
Yeah. So this is awesome. Shout out. I may have to. I mean, they ain't nothing there.
Well, Michigan, they broke.
Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully, getting all of this, legal. Hopefully, how you get marijuana legal before you get clean water for Flint?
Next graduate.
How you did that? So hopefully this will make them focus on what needs to be handled, because that's terrible. But shout out to those 3 states. Next graduate is Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. I mean, my boy, he was on the graduate list.
He was a couple
September,
weeks ago
when he wore the Nike stuff.
Oh yeah, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey's always down for the cause. He's just one of those. It's crazy because I feel like a lot of Canadians are very open-minded, free-spirited, except Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is a different kind of Canadian to me. He's the only kind of Canadian I've ever met that's on the stuff that he's on.
First of all, Ted Cruz, I would never respect him. I would never respect him because you let a grown man, disrespect your wife, and then you try to act fake mad and say something to him, and then now you all cuddled up with him. No. You can't be respected as a man.
Right. And for you guys that don't know, Jim Carrey is Canadian. So two Canadians going at it.
Exactly.
I think I loved it.
It was awesome.
He clapped back at Ted Cruz.
Ted Cruz had mentioned him about endorsing Beto. Of course, Jim Carrey was endorsing Beto. And Ted Cruz came back at him. And Jim Carrey was like, wow, sorry I rattled your chain. I thought you would have more important things to do 2 days before an election, like sucking up to the guy who called your wife ugly and accused your dad of murder. But I get it. It's hard to say no when Trump grabs you by the P word.
Clap back of the month.
Clap back.
Jim Carrey don't care. I love it. And he didn't say, that was pretty much it.
That was facts. That was all facts. You can't respect Ted Cruz as a man. He called your wife ugly, and he mentioned your daddy too. No. Couldn't be me. That's not very manly.
At all. So
masculine. It's not masculine.
Jim Carrey, you keep doing you, keep going, shouting out for the cause. Yeah. I'm with you.
Shout out Jim Carrey.
And you're funny.
And he's funny. He's hilarious. Our next graduate is Stacey Abrams. Hopefully everybody know who Stacey Abrams is.
She's running as the Democratic, and for the Democratic Party of the governor race in Georgia. Yeah. Which we were talking about earlier. She's going against Bryant Kemp.
She's going against.
So it all goes together.
The former Secretary of State Bryant Kemp.
I'm gonna say ex because that's what I feel like.
Or whatever.
Ex, because they be doing that with Obama.
They do.
So ex Secretary of State.
Ex Secretary of State. Georgia. And unlike Andrew Gillum, Andrew Gillum did he conceded and all that without all the votes counted. Stacey Abrams said no.
I'm not going in. I'm not
There's
doing
plenty
anything
of votes to be counted.
All the votes are counted. Every single vote matters. Her exact words.
There's plenty of votes to be counted.
And she was right, because right now, it's a toss-up.
The lead is narrowing.
So, I don't know how long it's going to take. Did they ever say?
However long it takes. That's the thing. However long it takes. That's what, and I wouldn't concede until all the votes are counted anyway. It doesn't make sense.
I don't care about how long it takes. I don't care about how long
Just let me know when I won or lost. How about that? Let me know, and then I'll get my concession.
That's the resilience of a black woman right there. It is. I love it. We're just beautiful, bro. It's just beautiful.
And she's standing firm, too.
And what she's natural, and she's just...
And educated. She's more educated than Bryant Kemp. She has her master's. Bryant Kemp just majored in something. Haven't been able to see receipts of his graduation. But everybody's trying to put focus on her color and her race when she's actually more than qualified for the position.
That's what they do to us.
So, that's that.
Next graduate this week.
Okay. The next graduate is everybody who came out and voted in the midterms. Y'all are graduates. And we've, especially in Florida, because they had Amendment 4 passed. And Amendment 4 is an amendment where 1.4 billion felons who were banned for life from voting will regain access back to voting.
And I think that's crap anyway, bro.
For life.
I get... When you go and you serve your time and you come back,
that's that.
I just think, that was your point. Voting, the inalienable rights that we weren't given initially, right. But that we were supposed to be given. You should get those back once you've done your time. You've done what you're supposed to do. Bro. That's
exactly. I got out of prison, but they tell me I can't vote for the rest of my life. They don't have any rights. they have to live in this country just like we do. So they should have the opportunity to vote. So that's I was very proud when I saw that Amendment 4 was passed, and you actually had to vote to get that passed. So and that actually could have made the difference for Andrew Gillum in the Florida race. So that's 1.4 million votes. And
let's be honest, we as people of color probably made up 80-90% of that.
Exactly.
Because we get
incarcerated
in alarming rates anyway.
Yeah.
So
also we had the Democrats take control of the House, gaining new power to challenge President Trump. So we hope that they
Auntie Maxine
utilize that power to challenge him. And I think that's another reason why he has been very tense this week, because he knows that the Democrats have power over the House, and it's eating at him.
This may get real.
It's gonna get real, and hopefully Auntie Maxine does what she has to do. She gonna step. Do what you gotta do. And we also had over 100 women who won their congressional seats that they campaigned for. So that's super awesome, because women are always saying that we're not getting the support that we need. So hopefully with them getting their congressional seats, that we'll see kind of like a shift in how things are looked at for women's rights.
Yeah.
Maybe not, we already spoke about white women and how they vote, maybe not with them, but we saw a number of different nationalities and walks of life that won their congressional seats. So I think this will have a huge impact on our government going forward. So shout out to everybody who voted in the midterms, because
it did make a difference.
It did make a difference. Don't think that it didn't make a difference, because it did.
Exactly.
Who we got next?
VH1.
Oh, VH1.
Next graduate.
Next graduate is VH1, surprisingly.
So they will be premiering the first ever live session on mental health with Charlamagne the God and Jessica Clemens. I know I'm not familiar really with Jessica Clemens, but I'm familiar with Charlamagne because I watch The Breakfast Club, and most people who are into pop culture and stuff like that, you watch The Breakfast Club, you know who Charlamagne is, you know what he be on. So I think that's really awesome of him. I wouldn't have never seen that coming at all.
I think this is good. He's always spoke on mental health, and mental health is not, like they said, this is the first ever live session on mental health, so people don't prioritize mental health as it should be.
Especially in our community. That's something we always talk about in our community. It's becoming something more, I mean, you're starting to hear about it a little bit more. Our generation and the younger generations are really like opening up to, making sure that you go get the help that you need.
Right.
Talking about it, the stuff that we've went through, the stuff that...
Just not calling yourself crazy.
Right.
Talk about stuff, get the help that you need.
I think that's cool. I mean, we went from Chance doing the stuff in Chicago and then doing this. That's going to reach a lot of people. VH1, a lot of people watch VH1 because they watch Love and Hip Hop. They watch Black Ink Crew, the stuff I watch. So I think that's awesome that a platform like that, where the type of audience that you bring in, you'll be able to reach a lot of people with that. So
yeah, and I will say that I do think that Charlamagne, just in my opinion, I think he should step down from the Breakfast Club. Maybe let somebody else take his position, because he's starting to, he has a book on social injustice, and he's starting to step out and speak out on important conversations dealing with America and the world itself and minorities. And I just think, some of the things that they cover on the Breakfast Club could make it muddy for how people view him.
Girl, that's already there, though.
Yeah,
I think Charlamagne had already got that much.
Yeah.
With some of the controversy, especially like this last year, some of the stuff that
he's
happened, like with the...
I just think he just has to let...
The lukewarm
he has
kind of
bigger
thing.
and better... He has bigger and better things to tackle than a radio show. That's just my opinion. But
we'll see.
We'll see what he does. What he decides.
Do they have a date for when this is supposed to air?
I think it's at November 12th.
Okay, so that's tomorrow. So if that is tomorrow, you guys tune in. Yes, it is tomorrow. It'll be on an hour-long discussion, mental health, specifically in the Black community, and probably people of color in general, but more so us, because Dr. Clemens is also a black woman. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that it'll be reaching out more so. And
Taraji's gonna give her testimonial, which is good because a lot of people look up to Taraji.
Stuff with, remember, we had her on the graduate list for doing stuff for mental health. So I'm just glad because, like I said, that's something. Important. It is. It's
important, and it's BET is supposed to be Black Entertainment Network. And it said that VH1 has to be the first to premiere things like this. This is why, to me, that BET is not that mega platform.
It used to be.
That MTV and VH1.
But they're all under the same umbrella now, so I'm wondering if they're going to air it across all three. Because, like when they do the BET, now when they do the MTV Awards, BET Awards, all of them, they all show on every channel. So I wonder if it's going to filter over like that. But we'll see. Again, tomorrow, I'm sure it'll be around that prime time between 7 and 9. So y'all tune in. Yep. I'll be tuning in, recording it if I don't.
It's called In Session Live with Dr. Jess, a candid conversation.
Oh, yeah, we got you, Angie. We would definitely we would love.
Yes, we would love to come on the show.
Yes, so... Yes, look at that.
Yes.
Okay. Our next graduate.
Yes.
Rihanna. Even though Fenty breaks me out,
Fenty breaks me out too.
Yeah, like what foundation breaks me out.
Like you made it match our color, but it ain't good for our skin. So sis, you got to take that back and then maybe do some new configurations.
Yeah, cause I have you see our skin is pretty smooth. Shout out to Fenty.
Like, we don't have no makeup,
nothing.
Okay?
But when I put that Fenty on, as soon as I wipe it off, I have 3 little bumps. I'm like, honey, what's going on?
So that must be why people wear makeup so much. Because once you wear it, you just gotta keep break it out. So you gotta keep covering it up, child.
You do, but Rihanna, we'll talk to you later about that.
We'll talk to you, but
you're a graduate right now.
You a graduate. Rihanna, under my umbrella, Rihanna is a graduate this week. She sent just like Pharrell last week. We talked about Pharrell last week. Rihanna sent a cease and desist letter to Donald Trump for playing her music at her rallies, and not just any song. He playing Please Don't Stop the Music. He's
so funny, bro.
So last week Trump was playing Happy. And this week he playing Please Don't Stop the Music. What kind of rallies are these?
Girl, he just be out there doing
Why are you rallying?
I'm telling you.
Why are you rallying?
You can only laugh at this man. Like, if you take this more than any, other than being a joke, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Please don't stop me. He about to be walking outside.
If you just and he's walking out to these songs. So what are you doing? You waving?
He probably walking out. They cheering 45, and you know how ignorant he's so conceited.
Oh, he's so conceited, girl.
I know that's funny.
I'm done.
I know.
I'm so done. Stop playing it, and then
because somebody else Neil Young. I think he sent out and said, I've been telling you for the longest, stop playing my music, bro. And why are you still rallying?
We got California fires. We got people who need safe asylum. We got mass shootings every day of the year, and you rallying. Jesus. Something's wrong with this guy. Something is wrong. This is our president.
Y'all
president. Not our president. Something is wrong with this guy. Seriously.
And he's 70.
When you coming out to this music?
He's 70. He's 70-something years old. That's what gets me, because I be talking, I'm like, bro, he's old, fool. He's really old to be doing a lot of stuff that he's doing. Y'all,
and have 70. You seen his face? On a close-up?
He's stressed, bro. That presidency ain't no joke. When they be doing them side by sides like they did Obama. Any president. I mean, I've seen some of Abe Lincoln. That's stressful.
The wrinkles, the orangeness, the hair piece, And then some days the hairpiece be long in the back, like a mullet. Some days it be long, and then some days it be trimmed up. I guess it just depends on how he feeling. I don't know.
Whoever put it on.
I don't know. But stop playing people music without their permission, because a lot of people don't really fool with you like that. So let's just stop.
Well, you gonna Neil Young cease and desist orders.
The Neil Young song that he was trying to play was "Rockin' in the Free World,"
and he been telling him for a minute, like
stop. And that kind of tells me that he may be a Republican. Because I'm not finna keep telling you to stop and you not stopping and you not getting this work through legal attorney. Yeah. Like, you're not getting a cease and desist. Like, how many times I'm going to ask you to stop something and you're not going to do it? So, it kind of seems like Neil Young trying to protect him a little bit.
Yeah, I can see that. So, our last graduate, and we'll kind of roll it into our sports as well, is 7-year-old Rylan Wood. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, he's the cutest little boy. He's a disgruntled Cowboys fan, and he wrote a letter to Jerry. It went viral.
He wrote when you know your team bad when you got 7-year-olds writing your GM a letter.
And I want to read it. Because I thought it was so cute. He is such a cute little boy. I think and they're from Mansfield actually.
Second grade from Mansfield.
Dear Mr. Jones, my name is Rylan Wood. I am a 7-year-old second grade student in Mansfield, Texas. My family has been Cowboys fans since the team was started. Oh, he doesn't even know. Oh my gosh, so cute. I have a lot of Cowboys gear, and I have met Zeke, Taco, Jason Witten, and 2 other players who play on the other teams. You have made my mom very mad because we suck. Every game day, she is yelling at the TV and turns off the game. We are wanting to believe in the boys, but it's hard. I hope Coach Garrett is clapping if this letter gets to you.
Coach Clapper.
Ooh, see what happens when Dez X is gone? The cheerleaders are better than the team this year. I do not want to hurt your feelings. Thank you, Rylan.
You know your team is going through some struggles when you got a second grader checking you about your team's performance.
And then he notices that when she has to hear his parents talking about Coach Jason Witten.
Well, he's tired. He's tired of seeing his mom mad. He's tired. He's tired of seing that anger in his mom's eyes. He's tired of watching the game and seeing the house get just tensed up. He's tired. He's sick and tired of it.
We suck, yo. That's the cutest little letter. I hope Jerry took that into consideration.
Jerry.
I hope that they listen to this little boy. I mean, the season is done for now. I mean, you know, it is what it is. But maybe for next season, listen to your fans. They
need to stop listening to Jerry. They need a whole overhaul. They need it when you got your youth out here hurting,
child,
like that.
Child. And since we're already in sports,
we done rolled into sports
right here, giving Dak an extension.
Speaking of Dak, Jerry
an extension
this week mentioned giving Dak an extension. So this is what this tells me. You like to reward people for doing mediocre, for not winning. That's what you like to do. You like to reward people. There needs to be no talk of an extension right now.
You know what's crazy?
As a leader in that organization, there should be no talk of extension for nobody.
It's crazy to me, bro. Because now you know how we get when we get with our sports, so you get to see us how we are. Real talk though. This is like seriously. This man, they give him one pass down the field every game. I'm going to give you one because I know you can't really do it, so I'm going to give you one. Then after that, he can't throw 10 yards. Y'all, you serious? You think that this is going to... You don't want no more Super Bowls.
You don't want no more Super Bowls.
It's been almost 30 years since the last one, so y'all ain't even...
The environment is too lax. First of all, when you messing up, and these are men... I'm speaking from a woman's point of view, but these are men. When you messing up as a man, you need another man to get in your ass. First of all, you don't need to be over there seeing we just missed the field goal. Clap it up. We'll get it next time. No. No.
And he's been with our organization for a long time. He does what you're exactly.
Dak's first year was unique. But since then,
and let me tell you, because there, you know, that's my sports. He gets in my head. I listen to what he says, and I process it. One thing he mentioned. One, nobody knew who Dak was. That was his first year. But who did he have in his ear coaching him?
Romo.
Let's be honest. Exactly.
Romo.
And then when now it's just like, it is what it is. Like, you don't have that there.
But you can generally tell that he think he good. You know how somebody who plays sports that think they good, but it don't really translate to the game. You can see that in him, and he needs to be. Everybody needs to be reprimanded. Everybody needs to be reprimanded.
And I hope y'all ain't got no faith in. I mean, if y'all think that y'all going to the play, like, y'all need to be very realistic with yourselves.
Let's be realistic.
Cowboy fans, y'all need to be very realistic right now.
Let's be realistic now. Let's take a step back now.
Mm-hmm. And let's assess. Cause y'all low key trash. It really ain't low key, but
I mean, when you got a 7-year-old sending letters that you stuck, and he's concerned for his mother because she's
like her health is going
angry. Like, we got to do something. But Jerry Jones, stop mentioning extensions. We need to figure out what's going on now. Figure out what's going on now.
Excuse me. Shoot, this season is a wash. So
yeah.
What? I wouldn't be extending with no multi-million-dollar like, you know what I'm saying, nothing crazy, because he definitely don't deserve that. Y'all under the 500 mark, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
We're like 4 and 5, 4 and 4. I mean, 4 and 5.
So that Jerry Jones. Oh, I almost called him a flunky, girl.
I mean, pretty much.
So we gonna roll into Dez Bryant.
Dez, 2 days in the practice. Ooh, so, Achilles.
If you didn't know, he signed with the Saints earlier this week, and in practice he tore his Achilles shortly after that. But my thing is, and I was talking to some of my home dudes about this, the Saints acknowledged that Dez was overweight when they offered him that. Really? They acknowledged that he was overweight. Now, to save face, they said he needed to lose like 5 pounds. But as an athlete, when you hear that you need to lose 5 pounds, you need to lose 10 to 15 pounds. So Dez, I know how he felt inside. He felt he had something to prove in practice too. I know he was going 100%, but when you have that weight
on you,
I'm telling you, when you have that weight,
that's a big difference, bro. One with Dez, bro. First of all, because we seen this. We were seeing people, because I said you make a post. It's not funny when athletes get hurt, bro. It's nothing funny about it.
It's never funny when somebody gets hurt. I saw this when Kobe tore his Achilles. People thought it was funny. I don't even like Kobe. That's classless.
That's classless and tasteless.
It says a lot about yourself.
Funny. Exactly. It's not funny. I don't care if you're mad that he left, that he got booted out the organization. It's not funny. It's
not funny. And while they laughing, somebody, what if
he's still more paid than you?
What if Dak get hurt today?
Exactly.
Y'all ain't got no backup.
He's still more paid than you.
He still got more money than all of us, and
so
y'all out there laughing at this poor man who just got his job back. We know he loved football, and terrible injury for somebody at a wide receiver position.
So that could almost be career ending.
It can,
because those Achilles ain't no joke.
It can.
It's hard when you have that extra weight on you, try to do things that you did. And we know that he wasn't in football shape. Let's be honest. Right. You haven't been in full pads all year.
When you're at home waiting to get that call,
and you're
basically working out and exercising, diet and exercise.
Yeah, but it's not
when you're with the team. You are training. You are training for physical contact. You are training for football. You're not exercising. You are training. Training and working out are two separate things. And let's just say it's not Dez's fault that he wasn't training. It's hard to emulate that in-game contact, speed, stuff like that without being on the team. You don't have the resources. That's fine. I'm sure he was in shape.
Right, in shape with his ability for what he was, for where he was at the time.
Exactly. But to perform at a high level, you have to train.
At that level with pads on. That's a difference in itself.
So if you was overweight without the pads on, Then you add the path. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. I think he probably should have. They should have let him come down at least 10 pounds before he was just out there going hard like that.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's very unfortunate that happened to him, and I just can't respect people who
think it's funny that he got hurt.
There's nothing funny about that.
It's not funny at all. I think that's like I said, that's classless,
tasteless, classless.
To think that someone getting hurt, it's
They're gonna try and come on my post and oh, this is why I thought it was funny. Oh,
it ain't.
It's still not funny.
It's still not funny.
It's still not funny. And look at you.
You can say maybe it's ironic, but there's nothing funny. 0 to 100.
He did. And that's hard. That's hard to emulate. You go from watching the games on Sunday to having to practice with a great team.
And you got to think, and all of those guys are in football shape because we're halfway
going
through,
against them.
Yeah, and we're halfway through the football season.
Exactly.
It's totally like people, but that's how you know people aren't athletes. They didn't play a sport. You didn't do
what
nothing.
Level? And if anybody would have said I did play sports, what level?
Because you don't know. Anything, high school's pushing it for me. Really, collegiate is when I can tell you could give me a little insight as far as like in this situation. You can give me some insight.
I honestly say I didn't see no legit athlete laughing at this.
No, because it's not funny. I can honestly say that
I didn't see no legit
because it's not funny.
Athletes laughing at this.
Because athletes know, bro, and that's his livelihood. That's his money.
That's how he makes money.
That's his job. He just. You know what I'm saying? Bro, don't even miss me.
Miss me with the...
Miss me.
So, Des, we hope you have a speedy recovery. I think Greg said he got like 5 to 7 months.
Right. I mean, he can ask Boogie. Boogie going through it.
I think he'll...
I don't think he'll be the same.
He won't be the... Well,
he already
he had a lot of drops before he even... So, I mean, we don't know what Dez we going to get after this injury.
But I just hope the best.
I do hope the best. Come back at least a fraction of what you were. At least. So before you got the extension.
And the Saints will probably still be able to get us, that'd be nice to see them, and then you get a ring. And that's what, at the end of the day, I really hope after all of this, even with him being hurt, I really do hope the Saints win just so he could get, like, something, because it seems like when the Cowboys, like when DeMarcus Ware left, he went and got him one. I would like to see that for him, just because of how they did him, because they dogged him low key.
And you know, it was a lot of Cowboys fans. That
was doing that, thinking it was
y'all
funny.
Doing that like y'all got a winning record, yo. Stop. Just sit back and watch. So Des, we hope you have a speedy recovery. I feel bad for the guy, but he's he's not no cowboy. But that's why I'm saying I don't understand why Cowboys fans thought it was so hilarious that he tore his Achilles.
Maybe ironic. Yeah, they probably gonna sign Brandon Marshall though, because he was up there. They just didn't sign because he's a little older. Yeah, and they went with Dez, but they can get Big Marshall. That'll be a nice little look. Their
core is nice already.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Brandon Marshall will be a nice little pickup for them, and then they just keep it pushing.
Yeah. So
Eric Reed.
Eric Reed. It seems like every week since he's been back in the league, it's been something.
He said he has been randomed 5 times since.
How many weeks has he been in?
He's
in
only
the league?
been back like 5 weeks.
So he gets drug tested after every game. What's that about? I know Odell said he done got drug tested a lot too.
Well, granted, Odell did have a video when it looked like he was possibly doing coke.
Well, hell.
So
how many times? But if it's so random, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, if it's so random, why are the same people getting randomly tested like that?
They're not getting randomed. But I know Odell, I kind of see the logic a little bit behind why. With him, Eric Reed, I have no idea. I didn't see. I think they just messing with him.
It sounds like
he told them they could keep doing it because they're not going to find nothing.
At all. And then what would the perfect story be if they find Eric Reed fail a drug test?
Oh, we brought him
after standing up for social injustice. Oh my God,
he's crossing his T's and dotting his I's.
He is, and I respect Eric Reed, but it said he got ejected versus the Steelers.
Yeah,
so what's gonna do? He got
they behind.
He got some anger issues or something because the week or two ago he was approaching Malcolm Jenkins.
He's just on one.
Yeah, he just
sometimes
came back to the league to stir the pot.
Sometimes it be like that. It really do.
Yeah, I would have been mad I was getting beat like that though. Next,
Kyrie
Irving. So, Kyrie Irving, point guard for the Boston Celtics. For those who don't know, he got lit up. Jamal Murray lit him up for 48 points. Jamal Murray tried to score his last 2 points to make 50 points because 50 points mean a lot more than 48 in a basketball game and in an NBA game. And Jamal Murray attempted to score 50 points on him with the time winding down, and Kyrie Irving got upset and approached him and then threw the ball into the stands and was fined $25,000.
That sounds like some.
That sounds like a personal problem, don't it? Because you need to take it personally when somebody scores 48 points on you.
Play defense.
You could have at least fouled out. I would have tore Jamal Murray up.
Yeah, we would have.
First of all,
exactly. He don't play none at all.
He don't play
but
no
if you don't want
D.
people to score 50 points on you, then you need to
play some defense.
Then
play some defense. Then don't be getting mad because somebody lit you up for 48, bro.
I'm not the biggest fan of him.
I'm not a big. He's a gifted player, but I'm definitely not a big Kyrie Irving fan like that. But especially after this.
He wasn't bad about the first one.
Exactly. You let somebody.
I guess
do you know how many shots it takes to get 48 points?
He was pulling all night.
He was making these gifted, what do you call them? Filet layups and all them. Kyrie a whole, what does that say?
Did the Kobe.
Exactly.
We're not going to talk about Kobe.
We done had some.
We're talk about Kobe right now.
We done.
Kobe done dropped.
You done had some games where your defense was off, but 48. You might as well foul out.
But did Kobe throw the ball in the stand?
Kobe didn't throw the ball in the stand. At a poor little kid. And the little kid showed up to they let the little kid come to the next Denver game and gave the ball back to Jamal Murray because it hit the little kid. See, look what you're doing. You need to check yourself.
Before you wreck yourself.
Before you wreck yourself. But seriously, like, 48 points? 48 points. 40. You have 6 fouls in the NBA. I'm going to need you to use them.
How many?
Because at that point, you're not benefiting your team.
No, you're not.
You're not benefiting your team. And I don't think did they blow them out? Did they blow Boston out?
I don't even know.
Was it close?
I don't remember.
He said not enough time in the gym.
I'm done.
No, seriously though. I mean, you get 6 fouls. That's one thing I never understood about people that be trying not to save their fouls. Like, especially on the
toe up.
If you get toe up, don't let them get no N1. Don't let them pull that on you like that. Make a difference and do something for your team because Boston is stacked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if Kyrie comes out the game, you're not losing much.
No,
you're not losing much.
I mean, they proved it the other day. Last season, they proved that.
It was close until 3 minutes. So that's what I'm saying. Them 48 points meant a lot. So if you use 6 fouls and you take about 12 points off of that, y'all may have won. Kyrie, do better. Do better.
Looking for contracts, yeah.
Yeah, the Boston team, that's going to be interesting to watch.
It's just
how it unfolds.
Yeah, it's just a lot of stuff.
They got a lot of different personalities and good players, though.
I mean, you got to think how they played without him and Gordon Hayward last year, too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they played good without Kyrie. I feel like their chemistry is better without Kyrie in the game. And it's not saying nothing against Kyrie's game. But he's ball heavy. Like, he has to have the ball in his hand a lot. Like, you could see him, like dribble through the paint and come back out and all that. But,
I mean,
I like
honestly,
Rozier.
I like Terry Rozier, too. I mean, do they need him?
They don't need him. And the sad thing about it is, and this that crazy thing about karma, is you left Cleveland to have your own team. But now you got people outshining you.
Yep.
So what you gonna do now? What you gonna do now?
I like Terry Rozier.
I like Terry Rozier.
Oh, Duke, you're back.
Who else?
Next, Floyd
Mayweather.
Is he coming out of retirement?
Does he drink? Like, cause these Japanese, was it Japanese? Tenshin. He was supposed to be coming out of retirement to fight Tenshin Boughton on New Year's Eve. But then, I guess after everybody gave their opinions on him coming out of retirement, then he said he never agreed to the fight. But do you think that they would just make that up like that? Because he actually had a picture. I don't know if it was doctored, but he had a picture like standing next to the dude.
To him. He said he pulled himself from the fight.
He did. He pulled himself from the fight.
Why is he still trying to fight?
What are you doing? Why? Just live your best life. I don't want to see him fight no more.
I don't either.
I don't want to see. If you want to fight Earl.
Oh, girl, bye.
Yeah, fight somebody who can fight. Okay, that's what I want to see.
Speaking of that, EJ he's fighting at AT&T Stadium. He's fighting Mikey. I forgot his name, but he has a confirmed fight. Yeah, sometime
maybe
next year.
Maybe we can go to Texas Live.
Right. So that's lit to see hometown
Earl
hero.
He's been doing his thing.
Yeah, EJ be on it. So
that's the only fight I want to see. That's the only fight I want to see. I'm not
trying to watch him. I'm not trying to watch Manny no more.
I'm not trying to watch Manny. Please stop.
I'm tired of y'all.
Just getting beat.
Straight. Oh, okay.
He shouldn't be. Stop trying to fight outside of boxing. We already seen that. I mean, they had boxing rules. But
McGregor,
that was enough.
Right.
That was enough.
So I guess we're going to pop culture.
Yeah, we're going to
pop culture. We usually don't touch on a lot of pop culture, but this week we had it.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
I like Deontay Wilder.
He's gonna be a good one.
He'll probably still win. It looks like it's pretty easy for him. But we'll see.
We'll jump into our pop culture. And we want to give a shout out to Missy Elliott as she becomes the first female rapper ever nominated for the Songwriters Hall of Fame. And if y'all know how unique this is, because there are a lot of female rappers that do not write their own lyrics anymore. So for it to be 2018 and this is the first time we have someone nominated for the Songwriters Hall of Fame, that's an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah, Missy's just
Missy and Missy. I mean, bars, not like bars, like spitting, but catchy flows.
Yes,
and then her teaming up with Timbaland was like an all-star team right there.
Yeah,
because Timbaland beats.
And they came at the right time.
The right time,
the right era.
And to me, her music is timeless. Mm-hmm. Very timeless.
Black China's making music.
Black China, y'all know Black China.
I don't really have nothing to say about that. Honestly.
Black China has a new song out and she's making music, and it just seemed like everybody is trying to rap now. But y'all go check out that song and let us. What's the name of the song?
Girl, I forgot
the name of the song.
To me. I'm not.
Y'all go check out that song. Best female MC. Missy. Yeah, Missy is definitely talented, and it. I respect any rapper, R&B, whatever, that writes their own music, because that's talent.
Yeah, I think when Missy came out, she was like the look that they
expect
artists to have, slim, like in that 90s era, especially like
she moved
her
barriers.
and Kelly
Kelly Price.
Right, like the weight. You know what I'm saying? There were some issues that people had with their weight and their look, and she moved
barriers. They move barriers.
And she's aging in reverse.
She is.
With all of that,
she
looks great. I'm happy for her.
I'm happy for her, and hopefully,
yeah, because child.
So.
And then our last little pop culture. Do y'all think it was too late for Beyonce to post that Beto hat like 2 hours before the end of the election? Or that day, I guess. It was, give her a fair shot.
Beyonce posted a picture with the Beto O'Rourke hat on election day. And that was her endorsement for Beto. And some people are saying that may have been a little late. And that she should have endorsed him earlier in the campaign.
Yeah, I agree. But Harris County had already had it wrapped up.
Beyonce is like more than Houston.
Right.
Yeah, so she could have swayed a whole bunch. I tend to think she could have swayed some white women.
I don't know how they feel about her like that with all this pro-black speaking she's been doing, like at Coachella and stuff. I don't know. I really can't.
But we'll never know. But hopefully she'll learn from this, and then whoever she wants to endorse, she'll endorse earlier in the campaign. Because I think it's important to do that.
At least you had that platform.
And then it kind of was. I don't know. She can do what she wants, but it just says a lot when people from outside of the state endorse the person running before you, and it's your state. You know what I mean? So, because like LeBron and all that.
LeBron has the stuff on and stuff. So, our open discussion, we'll wrap it up with going into that. We felt like the Jimmy Butler trade was what we wanted to talk about this week. Because that went through yesterday.
Yeah,
he went to the 76ers. Stephen A. posted something pretty much immediately. Derek tagged me in. And what do you guys think? Is he gonna be a good fit? Was he worth what they gave? They gave him like a second round. They gave them a second round draft pick in 2022, and a couple role players for him. Like I
think they were just trying to get rid of him.
So they took anything.
I think because why didn't they take the 4 first round draft picks that Houston offered? But then you turn around and take that.
He must have did something.
Something had to happen. Something had to happen.
Well, I know he said something about minutes. He was playing too many.
Too many minutes. See, and he always has these locker room issues. Like back in Chicago, he had some of the same issues that are coming out with Minnesota.
So you think it's a good fit?
Well, we know him and Embiid gonna be at it a couple times, but just because you kind of get into it with your teammate, that don't mean that it's necessarily bad for basketball. Sometimes you just have to have that in the locker room. I don't know. I think Minnesota is a good team in the East, but
Giannis balling, bro.
And Giannis is like MVP right now. He's playing on MVP type level.
The Bucks is like.
And I don't think...
Petty Kings.
Exactly. And I don't know, where does that put them? Does that elevate them over Boston or Minnesota?
I still don't think they'll be better than Boston, personally. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Because they got rid of Saric and Covington. And those were starters. So, your bench was already kind of...
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I don't know either. It's interesting. The NBA has been a freaking drama. It's gonna be some more. It's been a daytime soap opera.
It's gonna be some more.
Like I know Steph got hurt, and then who beat them pretty bad?
Minnesota.
Yeah, that's what they saw.
Giannis was out there blocking KD shots.
KD had like 17.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to say the least.
The NBA is very interesting this year. Just watching everything come together. But I still think Golden State is the best team.
Number 4 behind Boston, Milwaukee, and Toronto. Yeah.
Forgot about Toronto.
Yeah, we forgetting because Kawhi up there balling.
Kawhi's balling and Toronto's balling. I think they like 12-1.
Yeah. They balling like it's crazy,
and they usually always do ball during the regular season. So we'll see.
Yeah, Jimmy, he has got a lot of drama.
We gotta see what Jimmy gonna do. We gotta see. I think Minnesota got better with Sarge and Covington. Yeah, they did. They did destroy Golden State, and I think it's because they have length. They have long defenders, and that's what you need.
And they can play defense. They're going to play a little bit of defense, you know.
Yes.
So I think that, like we said, the NBA has been a freaking daily soap opera. To me, that's how I feel.
It really has, and you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen. It's just always been something. So it's just going to be interesting. We'll see how he Was that a real? Remember I sent you. He said the only wizard that can save us is Harry Potter. Did he really say that? Did John Wall really say that? He said the only wizard that can save us is Harry Potter. Whereas his exact words, quote unquote.
He might have said that because he was on Instagram Live defending himself because they've only won 2 games, right? The Wizards have only won 2 games, and Stephen A. said, "You in the club too much for y'all to be," because there was footage of him going to this club after the games. And Stephen A. said, you're in the club too much to only have won 2 games. And he responded and said on live, on Instagram Live, and he was like, "Oh, people expect me to be in the gym all the time." So he may have said it. I don't know.
The only wizard that can save us is Harry Potter.
The Wizards. And don't Dwight Howard play for them? Or he not back yet?
Girl.
He's still injured, but I don't know, child. We'll see how the NBA season unfolds.
Yeah, we'll, that's something that's our interest right there. So,
So that's it for our episode today.
It for our episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. I do want to mention for people who are just now tuning in, have my music going while we talking. If you have any clothes that you guys do not want, if you want to donate any type of hygiene necessities around the house, like toilet paper, deodorants, washing detergents, or whatever, we are doing a drive, clothes and coat drive / necessities for the Arlington Life Shelter. We're trying to get all those products and stuff given to us by next Sunday, so we can turn it in right before Thanksgiving. So we'll turn it in sometime next week, more than likely Monday.
Right.
So if you guys have anything, please reach out to me or Ashley. Reach out to the fan page or whatever, because we want to be able to give these families something right before Thanksgiving.
Like we said earlier, a lot of us have what we need.
And
there are people who do not have what they need.
And the Arlington Life Shelter definitely gives a lot, but a lot of stuff that they have, is based off a donation. Because the city doesn't give them a lot, the government doesn't give them a lot, none of that. So I will get a phone call right now, really. Story of my life. But yes, please, if you guys have anything, I'll keep reiterating. Like I said, men and women's clothes, infant clothes, children's clothes, toilet paper. I mean, literally anything. Please, please, please. I love you too. Please let us know so we can give that to the Arlington Life Shelter. That's just, that's it.
Yeah, we're trying to get back to the community. We out in these streets, so help support us, help others, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Miseducation of Senae and Ashley. And we're going to get out of here.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.